We all love a legendary comeback, and Degree Original Cool Rush is back and better than ever. Cool Rush isn't just a scent, it's a movement, a fan favorite that delivers bold, fresh vibes and all-day sweat protection. Whether you have a man that spends hours in the gym, heads into the office early, or is just trying to stay fresh on a long day, Cool Rush has their back. Head to your local Walmart or Target and grab Degree Cool Rush, the fan favorite scent from the world's #1 antiperspirant brand.
What's that motivation, one, for payroll, because you said it's too long to type, so maybe you could say it, right? And how did you develop Payroll as life?
It really comes from me, right? I fell into payroll. It wasn't something you can't study for it. Well, you can, but you know what I mean. You don't go to school and say, I want to be a payroll manager,
Yep.
global payroll director, or something like that. But if you really think about it, and I had this conversation with the CEO of a global payroll company, it's the most pivotal role in any company is if you mess up payroll, your workers will stop.
Mm-hmm.
The workers, they won't want to work. They won't want to be there. They won't trust you. If you mess up payroll, it's a huge problem. And it's likely the #1 expense a company has, just getting people paid. With all the money that they have to give to the employees, the taxes, all the different things that they have to, it's the #1 expense. Yet, as someone who worked a year in HR and prior to that 3 years as a loss prevention officer, was responsible for payroll at a company. So I look at it like this, and this is what the conversation the CEO of that company and me had. It's if you want to be an accountant, you have to take a huge amount of tests. I think there's a 7-part CPA test.
Yep.
And that's not necessarily to pay all of your workers. That is to do a lot of different other functions. I don't want to go into acting like I know what that.
No doubt. No doubt.
I don't want to simplify. They just pay bills.
Yeah, we're not downplaying finance and accounting. No, by no means. They are partners.
They do a lot of things that I don't even understand at this point.
Absolutely. Way smarter than us.
You don't have to do any of that. And I feel like there should be something that should be its own kind of course. Think about all the things that can go wrong.
Yep.
Taxes could go wrong. Your company could get their bank accounts garnished. There could be a lien on the company. Your employees could walk out completely and stop all of your operations right then on the spot because they're not getting paid. The backlash that you can suffer from that, the penalties, interest, and all these things that can happen because you don't have your payroll processed by someone who has a certification. And if you do have a certification, there's a CPP, which is a wonderful certification to get in the payroll world. But it's not, people know what a CPA is, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I went to somebody and said, I'm a CPP, which I'm not, I want to take that test this year.
Yeah.
But if I went to somebody and say I'm a CPP, they're going to say, well,
what's that?
What's that?
I've had people guess, is that certified a professional? And I'm like, what?
Exactly.
No, no.
So and again, I just feel like if you have that much of an impact on a company of their bottom line, you have, access to bank accounts. You have access to so many different things here. Personal data, just the things that could go wrong in payroll are immense. It could bring a company down. And a guy that worked at Best Buy with 1 year of HR experience could be leading that team. And I'm not saying anything about the company that allowed me to do it. They taught me the ways that I needed to.
Awesome.
They taught me how to do it correctly. Myself and my boss at that time sat down for months and just ironed out a process. And it worked. But if you think about it, again.
What happens when employees behave badly? Boy, we could do an entire TV show, maybe a Netflix special on that. Well, Ryan and I sat down and recorded episodes for FAMA. And we asked practitioners, give us your most outrageous story. The sales leader that brings cocaine to work, whatever. Just bring us the outrageous, and it is funny. So if you need a laugh, which we all do from time to time, search for Workplace Misconduct wherever you get your podcast, and you'll find it. And trust me, you will laugh and cry, but you'll definitely laugh. All right. Thank you.
I shouldn't have been doing payroll for that at that company, based on everything that could go wrong.
Right.
Like I think about that. Would I hire myself back then into like me right now? If they said, "Hey, listen, we need a payroll person to manage U.S. payroll for 38 states, or however many states we were in, I don't remember, but here's this person. He was scanning he was scanning all of our paper documents for about 6 months of this whole time he was here into a Google folder, which was whatever it was.
Yeah.
Doesn't know Excel. At that time, I hadn't even finished my degree. I was very green. Yeah, I wouldn't hire me now at that point. But the people there saw something in me. They saw
Thank
that
God.
hunger that I had. Thank God. Their names: Joni Sackett, Michelle White, and Ruth Sharma.
Look at that. That's love right there. You get your flowers today, ladies. That's what's up.
They deserve their flowers. They deserve
That's
their
what's
flowers.
up.
They gave me a shot, and today I'm here as head of global payroll at a big company of 5,000 employees.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a
Congrats,
big
man.
company. We're in
That's amazing.
Lot of countries. Yeah, they gave me that opportunity. So maybe I'm wrong of saying I wouldn't hire myself back then. But
but we get it. And look, again, we always say it on the show, payroll's underserved, and we're just getting to the table. We're just getting to the table. You were just getting that seat, and they didn't think of it. They didn't think of it back then as a big deal.
Well, yeah.
I remember my wife always busting my chops. Like, well, I didn't know cutting checks was a career. So
I don't even know sometimes how to explain it to my mom. My mom is of Puerto Rican descent. She's never learned how to properly speak English, even though she's been here for 45 years. But like she's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Payroll." How do you do that? I don't know. And I try to explain. I'm like, "I'm responsible for paying people." And she's like, "Well, what else do you do?" And I'm like, "You gotta pay."
That's a whole job. That's a whole job.
And she's like, well, when you give them their money, what do you do then? I'm like, you make sure you paid them right. She was like, well, why wouldn't you have paid them? And I'm like,
I love it.
That's so good.
It's my mom making me feel like I have the best job in the world. But
yeah, absolutely.
His life came from just what it did for me. Like it changed my life.
Okay.
I own a house. I never thought that to be
Congrats.
possible.
God bless, man. Yep.
Grew up in Bushwick, Brooklyn, and
nice.
I own a house. I have a family. I have a 4-year-old son.
God bless.
Wife. I have a dog. All these things.
The American dream, right? You're living the American dream.
For sure. And all these things came from me having a job in the payroll world. And as I thought about it, and I've touched the lives of everyone that I've ever paid.
Yeah.
And that's something that weighs heavy on me as I go through whatever process in payroll I'm doing, is trying to be as accurate as possible, because you never know who needs that paycheck.
You're right.
That's right.
I think it's a staggering number of 60% of Americans are, and I could be wrong about the percentage, either 40 or 60, I think it's 60, are living paycheck to paycheck.
Oh, 60.
You're right. 60.
60.
Yeah.
And for somebody in payroll to right now responsible for 5,000 employees, but I through my hands I process millions and millions of dollars of payroll. I think at one time the highest payroll I processed was when a company that I was working with went public, and that payroll by itself was $50 million or something like that. It might have even been more.
Wow.
It probably was more now that I think about it. But it's the lives that that payroll people touch. You never know. Every rent check, every car payment, every tuition payment, every New York Yankees shirt, all of those, anything, it all has to do with the paycheck that you get, that you earn, that you work for. And for me to be the catalyst of you being able to provide for your family, provide something for yourself, whatever it is, it just, to me, it was like, that's just such a powerful thing. And so Payroll is Life just came to me, and I just said, Payroll is life, because it is. And it's what made me what I am today. It's what gave me all these gifts that, I have. And it's Payroll is life, how.
Yeah, man.
Would you
like that
for free?
Like that.
That's the question.
Yeah. You spoke to a lot of stuff.
For real.
About how, and it's something that I think Brian and I said a couple of shows ago, how much power we have as payroll people. Because to your point, we can, if we don't have the integrity, we can purposely mess up somebody's pay to impact ourselves in a egregious way. And even if it's not done in an egregious manner, we could impact someone's livelihood. And there's been so many times, unfortunately, we're going to make mistakes in payroll, but there's been plenty of times I've heard of mistakes, or the employee made a mistake, or the HR may have made a mistake or something like that, and this employee is on the phone crying because they don't know how they're going to get gas. They don't know how they're going to.
This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and LifeLock has tips to protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report phishing, and update the software on your devices. And for comprehensive identity protection, let LifeLock alert you to suspicious uses of your personal information. LifeLock also fixes identity theft, guaranteed or your money back. Stay smart, safe, and protected with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
Pay their rent, feed their kids. And it's so powerful. And Payroll is Life is an amazing statement. I know you and I spoke about some of the ideas you had behind that and stuff that I hope that you pursue. I really hope that you pursue, because I would love to see you do that. So I think that Payroll, like Brian said, is very underserved. And I think right now, one of our associates, Christina Hagny at Valor Payroll Solutions, she has been advocating and really trying to champion payroll being listed as an industry on LinkedIn, because right now it's not currently listed as an industry.
Yeah, think about it. When you go apply for things, it says what industry you in.
Mm-hmm.
Payroll, but it's not an option.
Yeah,
because we can work in any industry, right? Like we service any industry. It's an industry it's B2B.
I look at it like this. It used to be that the HR job was data analyst, right? That's basically what they used to do before it became what it is today. And now it's one of the most integral functions of any company. And usually payroll sits either there or in finance or accounting. But it used to be just the personnel department where you get some paperwork and they probably fire you or something. But now it's much more. I feel like payroll is going to get there one day, and I can't wait. And I've been preaching about this for a while. For some companies to be the first one to really recognize all the true impact that payroll has on a company, and create a new role, which I would call a chief payroll officer role. That I think, and it may be something that, to your point, we work in every industry, no matter where, any job that you get, there's somebody behind the scenes.
Somebody with payroll there,
correct. Until AI takes over. But, But it's, I think that role is extremely important, a chief payroll officer role where somebody can come in and just understand all the complexities, obviously having been at different roles in the payroll cycle, and it can come in and really guide a company on where they need to be from that perspective. Because when a company goes public, they look at everything. They want to know exactly what they want to see, all your SOPs, make sure you got everything written down. They want you to prove that your payroll process is the way it is. They want to look at everything to make sure that you're ready to be a public company, right? Payroll is a big piece of that. And if they pay that much attention to it, it's for a reason. And you should pay attention to it, because the penalties that you can suffer because of it can be extreme, and it can bring a company. I mean,
they don't realize. Yeah, absolutely. Folk, they don't realize until I'll tell folks, I'm like, yeah, it's not a problem until it's a problem. Yeah. So if you can ignore it now, but you got to think about the risk you take for not being compliant or for not doing this process this way or that way, for the million different reasons that we ask, hey, this is the way this should be done.
The pace of change in the world of business is fast, and that drives incredible complexity for the world of human resources.
Welcome to the HR Data Labs podcast, a series of conversations with experts inside and outside the world of HR on how to innovate, measure, and evolve our practices.
Our goal is to help provide you with practical examples of how HR has to change to meet the complexity of the business environment.
Every week, we'll talk to new and different voices on all aspects of HR.
And at times, we'll get irreverent.
Silly even.
And sometimes geek out on the data and technology that underlie the processes that drive the world of HR.
But the conversations are always insightful and fun. So please, enjoy the HR Data Labs podcast.
So you guys made me think of a few things, right? You said something about, I could pay somebody in the same day in ADP. You and Walt are reckless with that stuff, man. You got to give people 2 days. Folks, do not listen to these guys. You got to it's 2 days for your customers, no matter how long it takes. I could do it in a day. Walt tells me all the time, I could do it in a day. He said the same thing. It's right. That's what I'm saying. Is an asterisk with what they're saying, folks. Do not listen to these reckless guys. Best practice, 3 days.
Not reckless, Brian.
I'm just messing with you.
It's about, like you said it earlier, mistakes happen in payroll, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And the ability to pay somebody in the same day stops that person from having to wait to get their paycheck to pay their rent and pay
the technology's there. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's there now. We have and you're right, correct. ADP has the function to pay them instantly with the right tools. We can get it done instantly, and it's not a daily pay thing. So that's a whole nother separate conversation. Or what is it? Because daily pay is a brand, so we really should, and they killed it with that brand name, but wages on demand or something. I forget the term for it. And you guys were right, by the way. Yeah, for real. Sense. For real. You guys were right, by the way. 60% of adults in America live paycheck to paycheck.
It's crazy.
As of January 23, down 4% from last year. So we're making strides.
We're making we have some very competent payroll people out there. It's just, that number is just staggering to me.
Yes.
And again, think about it. You as a payroll person, the impact you have on 60% of the company you work for.
Yep. Yeah.
Think about it that way.
Yeah. So that's a really good nugget. Dropping nuggets today, buddy. Yeah. All right. I got you.
Thank you for tuning in to It's About Payroll. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, keep going.